And there we have it, the Tanos SYSTAINER Pyramid. This is a whole selection of the same toolbox, but in different colours, different brands, made by Tanos in Germany. The most popular or common of which is the Festool variation. So this is the whistle-stop tour of the SYSTAINER box, and it doesn't just come in all different colours and brand variations like this, it also comes in a whole host of shapes and sizes. As you can see, loads of different styles of box, from their XXL box, this is massive.
That's what she said.
It's like twice the width of their normal SYSTAINER, right down to the little extra small. So that's all the boxes. Let me talk you through them. So starting over with the biggest box, and that is the Festool XXL. This thing is a bit of a beast, and it looks a little bit ungainly really, because it's so wide and not very deep, but the whole SYSTAINER system is built around that depth. There's a whole array of van racking options and trays and drawers, and they all work on this depth box. So it is handy though, having this, because it's not just a super wide box for no reason, it's exactly twice the width of their standard SYSTAINER, their most popular SYSTAINER system. So I'll show you. If you slap that one on there, and slap that one on there, you can see it all makes sense. You can have that on a trolley, or you can have that in your van, and everything builds up from it. Now, what boxes are on the top? Well, this one is not their latest generation SYSTAINER. The Sys 3 is their latest one. It's slightly different. You can see one behind me here with the squared off handle. They're a pretty cool box. That's the latest generation. This is the previous model. All very similar, and obviously we have inserts for all of these on shadowfoam.com. So every single box you see here, every box behind me, you can go on shadowfoam.com. You can find foam inserts that slot perfectly into these. But they all have the T-lock system, and they all interconnect, which is the main thing. So next up is their large box, which prompts the question, where's the extra large box? I'm guessing Festool have just left a gap in their product range. They've done that with two sizes. They've missed out the XL. They've gone straight to the XXL here. Then this is the large. This is the next biggest system. Again, same T-lock mechanism, nice solid box. With this one though, you can't really stack it very nicely with the super large. Let me show you how it works, just so you know. It slots on the back there. You would think it goes about in the middle, wouldn't you? Well, it does, but then you can't connect it and lock it into place. If you want to lock it into place, it goes there. That's how you lock it in place. So it ends up being a little bit awkward on the overhang, and you can't put anything on that side, which is a little bit of a pain. But, you know, horses for courses. Maybe your setup, you just have a load of these medium ones all together in a stack. But that's the large box, that's the extra large box. We've got this one I've already spoke about, this is the medium box, and then below here is one of my favourites, the Systainer. So it attaches in much the same way. They're really nice mechanisms, these T-locks. It's literally, they just sit on top of each other, and then you've got one little mechanism to twist to lock the below box to the one above, or also just to lock the box itself. And the drawers are great, loads of real estate in there. Our foam inserts just slot straight in, and they're a nice deep drawer. So I'm a big fan of the Systainer drawers, and obviously they come with loads of dividers and little totes in too. So that's the Systainer. Into the middle, we've got the small box. This is a Festool small Systainer. We have inserts for those, and they're just handy. A new product, which I don't have here, is the Festool rack, and it actually takes 6 of these, and I think that is quite a cool little setup. If you've got that in your system, 6 of these with all the little, like, for me it'd be like Wagos and stuff, that would be pretty cool. So put a picture on the screen of the rack, and again, if you've got one of those, you can get inserts. Moving from the small, we skip the extra small and go straight to the extra small, which is this thing, which is a quirky little thing. It's basically the exact same design as all the Systainers. It's still got the T-lock on, and it will lock to any other boxes this size, but it's just what they have for the little bit sets, and it's the perfect size for business cards. I'll show you. This is one, this is the exact same one, and it'll connect in the same manner as all the others. You can see they're fixed together, but in there is all my business cards. Got that one off Fantainer. Shout out to Craig. Thanks for giving me that last time I saw you at a show. And last and no means least, we've got this. This is also one of my favorites, and that is their cantilever box. I'm quite happy with this because you've got loads of space for tools. It opens nicely, and it sits on the top. This handle is fixed, so you can't have this in the middle of a stack. It has to go on the very top, but it slots in nicely. And it leads me to another brand that the Festool Systainer system works with, and that is the Makita MacPack. Did you know that? The Makita MacPack system is made by Tanos in the same factories in Germany. And this system neatly integrates with the Festool system, and sometimes you can get these Makita boxes a lot cheaper. So whether you love the Makita MacPack cases, they are essentially the same. Obviously the current Systainers from Festool and from Tanos have moved on quite a few paces from the MacPack, and if you haven't seen already, Makita are trying to push the boundaries with tool storage with their new MacTrack system. Go and watch our MacTrack video if you're not up to date with that. But the MacPack is still adding boxes to the range, and all of these integrate. So let me show you. You've got a, we'll take this one back out the way, stick that back on there, and move that to the front. If I take this classic Systainer, you can see It attaches quite simply to the Mac pack. It's up for conversation whether you think that one T-lock latch is better than 4 clips all the way around. I think there's no argument in which one is easier and which one's better, but it's interesting to know that they integrate and they work together. And actually, the Festool boxes, you can still get them on eBay, used to look the very same as this one. We'll put a picture on the screen. Festool Gen 1 Systainers were all the same as this. And I've got a couple here. I don't have a Festool one, but I do have a Hitachi. This is a bit of a throwback. And as you can see, it's the exact same box, just rebadged, made by Tanos, the old generation. It all clips together. And I've got another one from Schneider Electric. So they commonly rebadge and rebrand their boxes. And why wouldn't they? They're a solid box. And a lot of these manufacturers, they need something to put their tools in. They need something to put the screws in. So they get a rebadged box. But it can all work together. So all these boxes neatly stack and connect. Another honourable mention is the clear lid organisers from Tanos. You can get these from Festool as well, but I don't have them. And I'm not going to buy a Festool variation because I've got the Tanos variation. And these also come filled with totes. Obviously, we've lost all the totes to make way for foam, but they work in the exact same way. They've got the T-handle on. Worth noting with these though, they don't all work with the system. This one does, but the handle pokes out. And that is something I'm gonna move on to next, and that is a couple of the drawbacks.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
So the only drawback I wanted to mention really was the new Sys M box, which is this one with the square handle. These are the classic and the most commonly seen boxes. They've got kind of the rounded handle, and they're all the same mold. They all connect together, and I really like them. I think they're quite iconic, to be fair. A lot of people who use the Systainer system will love the fact that their Fiend can be in the Fiend box. It connects with the rest of their system, and you can see, oh, you know, where's the orange box? That's the one I need. And you can kind of group your tools together. Even Dulux have gone and got their own Systainer, so maybe you could put all your decorating stuff in there and you know where it is. It's got the Dulux logo in. This one's called the Sys 3. This has got one really big benefit, which is it's got a square handle, which fits the new level. I'll put a picture of that on the screen. And it's like a little stowaway level that slots in there, and I think that's fantastic. If you want to see us do a toolkit on the main channel, the main Shadow Foam channel, maybe all of the Festool kits into one with the level, let me know, we could do that. It's certainly a cool product. The only problem is, when you latch these together, it doesn't work without moving the handle out of the way. So you lose a lot of that flush finish. All the handles end up poking out, which maybe it's not a problem. For me, it was a little bit frustrating when I was buying them all, that they do connect, they're all nice and solid together, but that handle, I wish they'd have made a slight allowance, maybe made that a little bit shorter, just to stop that T-lock hitting it so they all fit down nicely. So a bit of a niggle. Why didn't you fix that, Tanos? But a great system, I really like it. Let me know if you use the Systainer system, or maybe you used to use it and you've converted over to something else. Obviously, this channel is all about tools and toolboxes. Hopefully you've learned something about the Systainer system and Tanos and where these things are made. Let me know if you've got any questions, because I can always answer them in a future video. And if you were wondering why I've got all of these different toolboxes, well, firstly, I knew I wanted to make this video and show you the fact that all of these boxes are the same, even though they look different and they have different badges on. But one of the other reasons is the Toolbox song. Now, I've teased that a little bit on Instagram already. If you're not following along on Instagram, why not? There's a lot of cool behind-the-scenes stuff on there. We'll put a link down in the description, but there's a link up here too. You can go and follow along at Instagram. It's shadow_foam. And over there, if you've been following along, you'd have seen a few teasers to the Toolbox song, which that's why I've got all of these. So what's the Toolbox song? Well, let me play you a little teaser that includes all these boxes.
Panasonic, Festool, Spatch, Mercom, Apple, and Dulux, Still, Steer, Metabo, Proto, Fiend, Lamello.
Right, so there you go. That was the Toolbox song. Let me know if you want to hear the rest of it, because there's about 8 verses to go through, and it's pretty much covering the extensive, crazy range of toolboxes on the market. There are so many options, and it's surprising how many of them integrate and connect together. So, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you in the next one.